Good morning, DJs all around the world. It's not morning for me. It's like night time. It's dark here. Lights on, but like it is kind of DJ morning. But I know for sure because I learned this in school. It is morning for someone somewhere in the world, right? Welcome to the Jessie DJ Show. I'm your hostess, the mostess, right? Queen of DJs, aka Jess, Jessie, Jessica, Queenie, bitch bag, old moo cow, whatever you like, just not bro and not sir. It's like, there are girls on the internet in Web3. Who knew? And you've got two of us here tonight who are going to be giving it to you proper. Right, so now I've got that out of the way. Tonight we have our special guests with us, Playworld, and we have Chrissy and the Playworld's dev come along to tell us all about what's cool in Playworld. And I gotta say, before we start, I've been having a little nosy around in the metaverse and like ever since this came on my radar, and I want to know more about this because this looks so cool. Right, now, before we get into the meat of the show, in traditional Jessie DJs style, I'm going to hand over to Chrissy, who's come along with a joke or a bit of funny to make us laugh. Chrissy, over to you. Make us laugh.
Make you laugh? Well, I thought I did as soon as I turned on my camera.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Is Google male or female? It's female because it doesn't let you finish a sentence before making a suggestion.
Say that again.
Is Google male or female?
Yeah, go on.
Female because it doesn't let you finish a sentence before making a suggestion. Thank you. Thank you.
That's funny.
I was showing Friday, Saturday nights in Vegas, just down the street. Come on over. I'll throw you guys some free tickets for my comedy show.
It knows everything, right?
What's that, Ian? I know that voice.
It's definitely female because it knows everything, right? Always right. Google always right.
Yeah, but careful, because we do know everything. It's true. Right, Chrissy, would you like to introduce yourself now and just tell us a little bit about your background, a little bit about you, and then we'll get into what's good, all the cool things that you've got going on in your project, Playworld.
You want a life history? Let's see. I'm Crypto Chrissy.
No, just a little intro, please.
I've been in crypto, 4 or 5 years now. Been in plenty of rug pulls. Not me personally as far as being part of the teams, but I've experienced the rug pulls. I've made some bad choices in the past and aped into a lot of things. Kind of stayed away from the social aspect of the space for a while. Came back in. And have immersed myself in this wonderful, wonderful community. And I couldn't be happier or prouder to be part of that community. And then something kind of bad happened around this community area, and I decided to build Playworld and BSC because of the cheap transaction fees and keep building on it rather than ETH, because a lot of these people that got hurt in these other projects, they didn't have a lot of funds. So I would rather somebody that, could put $10 in, could come in and put $10 in instead of, trying to scrape up $100 or $200 to do something with ETH. And I've been in the BSC space for a long, long time, and I've loved the BSC space. There's good and bad, just like there is in ETH or any other crypto. But building on it is cheap. The transactions are very inexpensive. So, and the space is growing and it is up and coming. So BSC is, even though it's a little lazy, it's not dead. And BSC is, we're going to get noticed. BNB is, when the bull run happens, when that next bull run happens, anybody that's in the BNB and BSC space is going to be like blown away. It's amazing what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean that's true, but it's true for the whole of crypto.
Yes.
When the next bull run kicks in, I mean, for new people that have just got here, you think that things are rocky and emotional and exciting at the moment. Hold on, or looking back at the previous bull runs, because this next bull run, and I'm not talking about, we might have a little run up. People are calling for between 40 to 45, 50K, even this year on BTC. But that's not the real deal. The real deal will happen next year from about this time onwards, when the supply shock hits after the halving. And then, you know, is like institutional money's here, BlackRock's here, ETFs here. Like, it's going to make people's eyes, the whole world is going to be waking up and switching onto crypto again. What the fuck? And like, you're right. Everybody that's, and we all win. And like the chains that are clearly going to survive, like BSC, ERC20, you know, Arbitrum, all the layer 2s and layer 1s, like we're all going to profit massively. So I completely agree with you on that. Now,
get in early.
Anybody that's here right now, like, honestly, all you need to do is survive. All you need to do is survive and that's no mean feat. And you touched on it, didn't you? You know, Binance scum chain, or Binance scam chain, as I sometimes call it. And don't get me wrong, I'm a BSC gal. This was my education into DeFi. As soon as I got, you know, when I got sick and tired, because by the time I got into ERC20, the ETH troll was serious. We're talking like $100 gas fees just to swap a token. And of course, we don't have that on BSC, which is beautiful. But I mean, but it's not just BSC; it's the whole DeFi right now.
It's every network out there. You're going to have it on every network. Just BSC is more noticeable because it's cheaper to do transactions. When you go to deploy a contract, or you know, you mint your tokens, are you going to pay $2,000 for the ETH? Or are you going to pay, you know, $20 or $200 or $300 for BSC? So it's a lot easier to deploy and start a BSC because of the cost. And now you're seeing other networks come out with even lower gas fees like Arbitrum. But BSC, it's right there where it's really, really low to build on and make small moves. You can make small moves on the BSC to where you can buy and sell and trade and make a little bit of money without worrying about paying an extra $100 or $200 in your wallet on ETH. So that's why I built on BSC, kind of to give the community a break on all the fees, because it's just so bad. So,
and you have a really interesting feature, don't you, Chrissy? Because you don't have to go and buy your token on PancakeSwap. You don't have to mess around with copy pastoring contract addresses and all that kind of stuff, and authorizing the potentially like scam token, you know, all those horrible warnings that come up when you go and do that. Just a nice segue. Do you want to tell us about how people can buy it?
I would love to tell you about the swapper. Our dev, Ian, he's amazing in every way, including on how to buy. So instead of you don't have to go on PancakeSwap and do it that way. You can buy us on Google Exchange as well. But just come in to the Telegram. We give you the swapper address. You send your BNB to that address, and voila, your tokens are sent directly to your wallet. It's just that simple. So it's very easy to onboard new people. It's very easy to purchase. You don't have to mess with all that approval thing and the PancakeSwap. You don't have to deal with slippage. The fees are lower. There's no slippage, you guys. You don't have to worry about that. So trying to teach, especially new people in the space, how to deal with the slippage and how all that works. Nobody knows. It's confusing. So yeah, just use the swapper.
So would I be right in assuming that if people use your swapper, there are no fees because it's yours? I mean, on PancakeSwap, I don't know.
There's still the network fees. You might pay 6 cents.
Fees, yeah, but like on PancakeSwap, I don't even know where, because they put it out. They keep moving it, don't they? It's about 0.03, which doesn't sound massive, but when you start trading larger volumes, that each way adds up.
So I'll give you an example. So I'm going to use Anthony as a guinea pig on this. He was talking about staking, and we'll talk about staking a little bit later. He was like, well, I haven't staked my tokens yet because I only have 35 cents in BNB. And I was like, go try it. And he's like, oh my God, it worked. It cost him 16 cents. So you're not going to get that on ETH. So using those numbers, very, very inexpensive. Staking your tokens, very inexpensive. So it's you're not going to have that on. You have to have $30, $40, $50, $100 in your wallet to do anything with it.
Go on. So, like, I like to make these interviews organic, and I'm trying to get away from watching paint dry AMA. No offense to any of my friends and colleagues out there, but like, we do things differently. That's why I call it a show, not an AMA.
Go by the swapper. Go by the swapper. And if you have our link tree, Anthony is also my right-hand man on the team, and he has added the swapper directly to that little virtual room that you have. So you can click that link and go directly. It'll take you to the swapper.
In the metaverse.
That's not even the metaverse. That's just a virtual little room for you to look around in, and links included to kind of see what we're doing and where we're going, just different aspects. Because a lot of people envision the metaverse as a lot different than what it is or what it can be. So those are just like little sneak peeks, and our mascots on there and that sort of thing. So it's just been kind of a fun. Get me off of there. I'm too big. Where'd you go, Jesse? Oh man, I've got all these pop-ups through this AMA. I've got so many pop-ups now for. Oh, hey, hello,
I just rubbed myself then because I got excited. I went to my PC to try and pull up the metaverse, and of course I forgot I wasn't on the right account, so it just rubbed me from this one into that one. Technical issues. Apparently, the TG gods hate me today, or maybe it's just being a bit blunt.
Are you bringing up the little room?
Yeah, I'm going to in a minute. But whilst I'm doing that, do you want to tell us about your staking? Where people can stake and how much they can get by staking?
So our staking is actually on this MSwap platform, staking platform. Like I said, Dev Ian is absolutely incredibly amazing. If anybody has a token out there and you're not doing staking, talk to Ian because he can get you the staking. Right now there's 90-day and 120-day staking. It's 4% and 6%. It started out as 2 and 3. I have doubled that up to 4 and 6% for the 90 days, and then the 6% for the 120 days. It may not be reflecting those numbers yet, but that has been changed. So I doubled the staking amount. And here's our little room. So you can walk around in this little virtual room. And that is a hockey stadium. That's one of the rides. There you go.
Rides. You got so we can actually. Oh, and there's one of those so people can actually go and have rides on the phone. I know. It's up here. You had some dodgems.
Yeah. So think of a carnival. Think of an amusement park. That kind of thing. So you'll be walking through the midway for our play to earn games, and there's a roller coaster.
I'm not necessarily a great driver at this. I mean that looks like, and this is just a sneak peek, right?
This is just a sneak peek. It's not anything that's actually there yet. Ian, whenever you're ready, if Ian's ready with it, he can show us because he's got some things to do. I imagine because he's always got something to do. Ian is
amazing.
Let him person.
Let me stop sharing.
If he's ready to show us some metaverse stuff, we can bring him up and he can actually show us some stuff that's sitting in our little metaverse so far.
Ian, would you like to share your screen with us and show us?
Ian, are you ready, or do you need a few minutes?
Basically, my computer's playing up, but I'm on my phone. I've just finished off the landscape. I can show you a little bit, but not too much. Give me 1 second.
Wait, are you a Yorkshireman?
Sheffield, born and bred. Sheffield, born and bred.
I lived in Nottingham for quite a few years, you know. I wasn't born in Nottingham a little bit, but I know Sheffield well. Bigger. I thought I recognised that accent. Oh my God, this is great. I love having Brits in the house. Bigger. Right.
I'm the lead developer for Chrissy. Like Chrissy told you, we met on a project that kind of went bad. You know, investors lost a lot of money, but I managed to save them and, you know, give them a second shot at it. And Chrissy, like, you know, come to me and I said, yeah, I don't mind. So I built all the smart contracts. I built the swapper. But I've also got big links to crypto.com. I'm a partner with Chainlink. I meet Chainlink 4 times a year. Crypto.com, I speak to the managing director and COO. I got tagged last week off Satoshi, the Shiba Inu founder. He tagged me other week. Chainlink's tweeted about us. Crypto.com listed Crawl on Mars in the DeFi. And I am the founder, CEO of Mars Swap, which is kind of the Uniswap and Pancake Swap of Shibarium, about to release. Had a lot of success. But yeah, I'll show you a little sneak peek. So this is my office, guys. This is where everything gets built. This is the famous place. And I have got a little, so I'm just working on landscaping at the moment. As you can see, I'm just using this hovercraft. This is like a futuristic car, what I'm just using at the minute. I'll just give a little look around it. So you can see like the wheels and stuff. Got a couple of camera options inside. You can drive the vehicle from inside. But this is just some I'm testing in there. But the landscape, I'm going to show you around the landscape 1 second. So
isn't that one of the hovercraft things that are in Chrome on Mars?
Yeah, similar, but these are better quality ones. So this is the new landscape. As you can see, I'm on a lake. I'm flying around the lake. Chrissy keeps changing her mind, so
I have not changed my mind. I needed a lake.
This is something she hasn't seen. This is something new. So I'll fly out. I'll come out of that, and then I'll be
I
able
feel like
to
crying right now
navigate.
to see that land. I can't wait to put some cabins on it. You have the frog still. Everybody loves that damn frog.
Yeah, I left the frog in, but I might delete him. But you can see all the carnival, and you're gonna look at the landscape. This is the landscape. Let me do a zoom out. Give me a sec. 1 second, I'll zoom out. I'll just show you the landscape. How big the actual map is, so you can then see.
Wow.
You see that? Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
imagine that with cabins around it, boats going in and out, jet skis, that sort of thing.
So I've just started working on the jet ski at the minute. So I've got the jet ski. I might be able to show you live. Give me 1 second.
What, you did the jet ski? You what?
Yeah, I've got the jet ski. I'm just about to put scripts in to make it work. That's what I'm using the other bike for. So I'll use the other bike scripts. Give me 1 second. I'll see if we can get the jet ski up. I know it's in here somewhere.
What I'm talking about, Ian, and how amazing he is, this is just more proof perfect. And
I'm like, for once in my life, I'm actually speechless right now. First of all, I'm talking to one of my fam back in Blighty, which is amazing. But then all those bombs that Ian just dropped, Chainlink and Shiba Inu and so I don't too much. I'm gonna have to watch it back. I'm just like, and now we're watching this because a lot of people in this space talk about building metaverses and all that kind of stuff, but here we see you actually doing it. This is amazing. This is how
Playworld kind of came around. I'm working for Ian. I work for MSwap and Pro on Mars. And Shelby and Zach, members of the community, very respected members of the community, we're just talking one day. We come up with this, oh my God, look at that. And it's sitting on the water. Seeing is believing, you guys. This. So yeah, you'll be able to.
We're actually going to be able to get on that jet ski and go and play on it.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Sorry, Chrissy, I cut you off. Carry on.
Okay. So this is how this happened, though. I literally went to Ian and said, I'm in crypto and coffee. I'm in my crypto and coffee space that I have every morning on Twitter. at 7 a.m. PST, by the way. And I was like, and I'm on the chat with Ian. You know, he's not even in Crypto and Coffee. And I say, Ian, and we have this concept. What do you think? And he says, oh, well, we can do that. Ching, 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 ching. He builds a contract, and 3 days later, we're deployed. So that's why we're a little bit behind as far as most people are going to build something and then deliver, right? No, we built it now. Now we're building to deliver. So that's why it's a little bit backwards, because Ian, he's just like, yes, we can do it. Let's do it. And there he is. And he's doing it.
I don't know if you'll let me post them, but I'm going to post all the tweets in here from Chainlink, Polygon.
Yeah, feel free. Feel free
so
to check all your
here's the tweets. Chainlink, Polygon, Crypto.com, and Satoshi. Here are all the tweets. Proof that I'm working with them all.
And this is who is building the Playworld contract. So if you have any doubt about Playworld,
the thing is, I am still in the top 100 Shiba holders. I'm in Shiba from 2 weeks after launch. Proper OG Shiba, Bone, and Lee. You know, I put so much into crawling Mars and MSOP. Like I said, Chrissy works for my project. She's part of a big ecosystem. She's part of something huge. You know, but she wants to find her own 2 feet, you know, so in a reality, this would cost like $100,000 to build. You know, and I just said I'll build it for free, so
I love this. I absolutely love this. I mean, last night we've had I see a trend here. You know, guys, OGs, like, I just want to repeat that. One of the top 100 holders at Shiba Inu, and there's a lot of big holders in Shiba Inu. This is an OG whale who's building stuff for the love of it.
He's OG in every way. That's just it.
This is really something. I had no idea, you know, like all of these, every time I have a guest in, I do my little bit of research, but you never know until you start diving into this stuff. But I could see it's something really unique and special here. But what you're presenting to us now, oh my God, this could be so massive. And we
haven't even talked about the play to earn games, Jesse.
No, you're at a tiny 60K market cap right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Tiny. And your liquidity is thin. There's only, what, 10K, 40 odd beans in there?
That's 20,000.
Yeah. Like the potential for this, I mean, we're talking potentially hundreds of X's here. If you deliver this, which I can see Ian's building it, and he's not only dropping bombs, he's dropping the proof in the chat that what he's saying is legit, and he is disconnected. Yeah. And I mean, we can see it anyway from what he's showing us. So,
this is a part of our metaverse, what we're building. You know, we'll be joining metaverse. So one thing that we plan to do is connect Web3 together via portals, so you can jump from metaverse to metaverse to metaverse, actually like the multiverse. Because you've got Facebook Meta putting billions of dollars into the metaverse, changing its name to Meta, Google, Microsoft. I suffer with autism and ADHD pretty bad, so I kind of see things, I kind of track things, I track where the money goes, I look where the big money's going, and the big money's going into the metaverse. The next year is going to be metaverse, so what my plan is to do is crawl on Mars. Imagine a brainstorm, and then the little webs coming off that brainstorm, but they're portals and connecting all of the Web3 projects, all of our projects together via portals. So when Facebook finally does come out and say, actually, that's not a metaverse, this is a metaverse, me on my own, I would not stand a chance against somebody like Zuckerberg or the big people. However, if I manage to connect these via portals, you know, then we stand a chance because together we're stronger. So that's the plan. I'm already talking to the metaverse to get the portal in there. Lakeview Meta, TCG World, you know, we're talking to them. And Chrissy, we'll have the portal in there as well.
Amazing! I love this so much, and this is exactly what Jesse Degens is about. This is my belief going right back to when I started this. That if we can create a space that connects all the good people in DeFi and Web3 together, exactly like you're doing with your metaverse, your multiverses, like we stand a much better chance against the big boys, the elites, and the scumbag scammers, you know, because if we're together, standing together, going, no, this is DeFi, this is Web3, this is legit, this is genuine, it makes it so much more difficult for the scammers to get away with the scummy shit that they do, doesn't it? Chrissy, do you want to talk to us about how we're gonna play to earn, P2E?
Well, there's so we're gonna have play to earn games, and those are gonna be based on midway games. So if you've ever been to a carnival and you've got midway, you've got the red and white tents, that kind of thing. You're gonna play.
Can I just stop you there for 1 second? Yep. So for anybody in Europe or the UK, we're talking about a fun fair. We call them fun fair.
Okay, so
yeah, carnival fun fair. We think carnival is something different, but yeah, go on.
So you want to think go-kart races. You're going to think. So this is the play to earn stuff. You're going to do like strongman. If you can get to the top, you're going to earn more tokens. Think ring toss, duck shoot, that kind of stuff. So there's going to be multiple games. Ian knows he's going to be like busy building all these damn contracts. Poor guy. At least he doesn't have to change too much. Once one's built, it won't be so hard, right? But play to earn games, everything that we're building is to utilize the token. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people miss, you know, when they're putting out a token, is having utility for your token. You have to have utility for your token to make it long term. So we want to come into the metaverse and use the token. At first, it's going to be play to earn games. Then you have metaverse things where you're going to come on the amusement park rides and you're going to pay the Playworld token to ride the rides and rent your jet ski, do that different kind of thing. I don't know if Ian's getting the whole gist of that yet on what we're building on that.
So wait, one second. So what? Because like little monkey brain here, I have to break this down, and you're giving us so much. So people are going to be able to come into your metaverse and play your games, but they're going to need to buy your tokens first to be able to play your games, right? And then they can potentially win on your games, and then they can trot off and spend their winnings on doing fun things like going on the dodgems or the jet ski or the big wheel or the roller coaster.
Yes.
Amazing. Are you? Is this going to be? You know, you're going to be able to go in this with a virtual reality goggle thing. I've not even tried it yet.
No, that's something Ian and we just talked about that. When we talked about that yesterday or day before, Ian, as far as doing the VR, being able to come in on the VR.
What?
With the VR glasses. She's asking about the VR glasses.
Yeah, we can integrate Oculus. I believe the Oculus 2 and 1. I feel we've got all. 1 second, let me have a look. I'll tell you now.
And also, we discussed today. He let me know that we are going to be able to do this PC and mobile. So, good more exciting.
And like Ian was saying, I just want to pick up on that. This is. You know, I'm by no means, I'm Queen of DJs. I know a little bit about DeFi and kind of all that kind of stuff. But the metaverse and the gaming industry, I have very little experience or knowledge on that. But what I hear repeatedly, and I have been hearing for quite some time now, you know, since even before I went away from DeFi and came back again, but certainly now, is big, you know, people that know a lot that are saying this is the next move. I heard Elio Trade talking the other day. He broke it down like this. He said, if you get into the right gaming token right now, it's the equivalent of buying Ethereum at $1. You know, it's that kind of potential for life-changing wealth because it's what's going to blow up next. It's probably one of the easiest things to bring true real-world utility to crypto, right?
Yeah, I really hate the whole meme token move that's been going on. I think that you should concentrate on utility. If you want to you want to make money for your investors. You want to concentrate on the token, make money for your investors, and make that fun for them to make money. You know, as they're coming in and playing in Playworld, the investors are making money. You know, so it all just ties together where you're fun. You can have fun with playing with your. I'm not gonna say playing with yourself, but you can come in alone and play the games and do the different rides and stuff, or you can come in and sit with your kids and play too. So, a lot of the world right now is technical. They're not going outside riding their bikes and playing basketball with their buddies. It's not. Everybody's got a device in front of them, right? Everybody has a device. My 13-year-old granddaughter was here all week. That's all she does. Yeah. You know, so while that's happening, I want to make it inexpensive to do that and also fun to do that. And the NFTs are going to be based around different things too. So imagine an NFT is going to buy you your plot. NFT is also, let's say, the go-karts. Okay, we want smoke screens. They want oil slicks, but you're going to pay on NFT for that service, and then you'll have them. But you're gonna pay for your upgrades and that kind of stuff, and it's all going to be NFT based. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a lot to build. Ian's, you know.
Let's talk about how we're going to make money out of this, because you're in Jesse DJs. We want to make bank. That's what brought us here. I mean, we love
having utility for the token, constant use, Jesse, for the token.
So, how much are you going to be selling your NFTs initially for? Do you think?
That has not been decided yet. Not gonna lie, not gonna pretend. We haven't even gotten to that point yet. Once the metaverse is built and the play to game earns are built, then we can't. The play to earn games are built, then we can, you know, see what the tokenomics are gonna be as far as that goes. Obviously, knowing me, I'm not making them astronomically expensive. I want people to be able to come in and buy them. I want to be able to support the token. It's supporting the community. It's supporting the investors. It's supporting the entire project. And you have to think of every aspect with that. And I don't want to price everything so high that people can't come in. But there are going to be a few special things that you can buy for different varying things that I don't want to hit on yet because we're not to that point yet. So I don't want to, you know, say that we're going to do something and then not. I don't want to, you know, promise something that we cannot back up. But there are a couple of partnerships that we're working on. But the NFT will cost you a little bit more, but you're going to get a reward for paying a little bit more. So then it'll be a long-term type of reward. So, yeah, there's things.
I just want to say something whilst I think about it. This is your NFT. This is your show. We had Critter with us last night, who are also building their metaverse. So I don't know if they're on your radar or not, but like they're awesome, really awesome. Maybe that's a conversation that you can be having. I can hook you up with Nicholas.
Who is it?
Critter Social Space.
I don't think I've heard of them.
No, they've not been going for very long, but Nicholas, I'll hook you up. Like absolutely.
Do they understand how much it actually costs to create a metaverse? Do they understand? See, that's just it. People will come in and they're going to make some promises.
No, let me stop you. Nicholas is legit. He's got stuff that's built. He's like, this isn't his first rodeo. But like, I don't want it. You know, this is your show.
Well, I was here a little bit
thinking about it.
Yeah, I was here a little bit last night for the beginning of that, but yeah, I didn't hear Nicholas. I don't think, but I was here for part of that.
No, he was on first, actually. He smashed it. They won last night.
Good deal.
Yeah. Legit. Let me introduce you afterwards. When I forget, remind me. But let's get back into Playworld. And
I love you.
So your tokenomics, you're a tax token, aren't you? Can you tell us about the taxes and what they do?
5% for the taxes, buy and sell, and there's also the transfer tax. Don't forget. 1% goes to Ian.
Is that 5 in and 5 out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 1% of that goes to Ian. 2% goes to. That's 1, 3. No. 1% goes to Ian. 3% to the marketing wallet, and 1% goes back into liquidity.
Nice. Yes. That's lovely.
So yeah, we still have a little extra token support through the liquidity.
And Pretty, I asked this, and I really like that you're so upfront. You're saying 1% is going to Ian, And Ian, like, he's just told us what he's building would cost a lot of money if he were to pay for it. So that seems absolutely fair to me. But
when he
I'm
asked
also
for 1%, I kept saying, Ian, are you sure you don't want more? You should get more. I kept saying, Ian, you need to have more. But he's taking the 1% and
very fair. That's very, in my opinion, it's very fair. But I suspect that Ian's a bit of a brain as well, because he knows full well just how something like this can blow up, especially when we head into the next bull run. Because you've been launched for what, about a week now? Is it today? 7 days?
2 weeks. 2 weeks today, I believe. Yeah.
2 weeks, okay. And yep. I've been watching. You know, obviously I've had a look at your chart and stuff, and it looks like a pretty normal kind of. Well, anywhere in DeFi really sort of chart, and I see you hit an all-time high of, I want to say it was over 100k, wasn't it? 120, 130, I don't know what.
Yeah, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, and then you've come back down, which is normal. People want to take profits, you know, that's what we're here for. We expect that. But now your chart you seem to have found a bottom. Do you think this is it now at 60k? Is this your bottom?
I do, because 2 reasons. One reason is our foundation, our floor of holders, our whale holders and things like that. It's a very strong cement floor. They're very community oriented. They're very strong in knowing what's coming. They're familiar with Ian and everything that he's been doing. They're they're a really solid part of the community. So they're not going anywhere. So they really hold a good solid floor. Not only that, but now people are starting to realize, as we're giving our little sneak peeks, and Ian comes in and shows that we are really building something. It's not just a pump and dump. You're not going to come into Playworld and do this pump and dump. It's not happening. It's going to be this slow climb. But see what happens in 6 months. See what happens in a year. If you're getting in now, and this is not financial advice, we always have to say that, don't we? Not financial advice, but what Ian is building for us is astronomically amazing. And if you ever get a chance to get into Crow on Mars and see what that's been built into, it'll blow your mind. So if you look into Crow on Mars world and you're like, holy shit, the same person that built this is building Playworld, I just feel like you're in the wrong space if you don't understand and not be excited at the price right now to get in now, so that you're ready in 6 months to be like, holy man, I expect a holy shit.
I'm one of the, you're talking to the right person, because I'm one of those people that doesn't understand it. I've said that. I don't understand the gaming industry, but I know from people that I respect that they're saying that this is going to blow up. And we already talked about it in the beginning. The potential, well, it's not potential, it's not if, it's when we get into the next true cycle, when we hit the next bull run after the halvening. I'm not talking about the little bull run that's about to happen, but the one after the halvening. And what's going to happen when crypto blows up and then gaming blows up as well? I mean...
And we, as Playworld, we will have things built before that bull run happens. So imagine if you're getting in early. Imagine what's going to happen to your bag. And yeah, and I'm not one of those owners that's pissed off because somebody comes in and sells. We have taxes. Bring it into my marketing wallet. That's how I pay for like the giveaway today. That's what pays for my team, some tokens, and eventually out of the marketing wallet, the team will be paid out of that so that they don't have to sell their tokens to make their wages. They'll be able to get paid in BNB as we go. So that's the kind of things that come out of the marketing wallet. And then different aspects in the metaverse also need to be paid for, and it'll come out of the marketing wallet. So the taxes are important. It supports the token, it supports the team, it supports the dev, it supports everything that we're doing. And that's what it's about. It's not about selling it off to or moving it over to so I can go take a vacation in the Bahamas. That's not the shit that we're doing. That's not who I am. That's not what we're about. And the community knows that about me. They know me pretty well.
Having said that, I mean, I hope that you are having a holiday in the Bahamas when we start to reap the rewards of the next bull run, because what you're building here is worthy of that. And that's a great segue into my next question. And I always ask projects this because I'm interested, and you've already told us what you're paying Ian, and that's legitimate. But how are you going to pay yourself? Because you're the founder here, aren't you? So how are you paying
Eventually,
yourself?
I'll pay myself a salary. Eventually, I'll pay myself a salary out of the marketing wallet. All the salaries will eventually come out of the marketing wallet. And it's not really a marketing wallet. It's just like everybody calls it a marketing wallet. But to me, it's just like the token support wallet, the project support wallet. Because it is. It's going to pay me. It's going to pay the team. It's going to pay for, like, Ian had to buy some stuff today. That stuff, that'll get paid back to Ian out of that wallet. Because that is part of the project building and part of the marketing. So that's where that goes. That's the 3%. Eventually, there'll be something in it. Right now, there's like $400 coming to me. I'm not gonna. It's like, so yeah, we're not. I'm not getting everybody. I had a comment. Oh, Chrissy, you have a project now. You're great. You're getting rich. And I'm like, I'm poorer than I was when I started because there's so much that goes into this. There's so much time. And right now, I'm at my IRL job. You can probably see the stuff in the background, right? And
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm working right now 22, 23 days in a row. I get interrupted during AMAs. I get interrupted. I have stuff to do for Ian, and I get interrupted. I have to walk away because a customer walks in. So I'm not looking for. We tease about having our island and our yachts and all that stuff, but really what I'm looking for is freedom. So from this, so that I can do this full time without being interrupted. This is my love.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be. This is where I need to be. This is the community that I love and support each and every day. And sometimes they know I'm a crybaby boo because it all means so much to me. It really does. And
Yeah. And crypto, DeFi, Web3 is an emotional industry where this is a bleeding edge industry. We're pioneers. We're building the financial structures and like gaming structures and entertainment, the whole shebang. We're the guinea pigs today for technology in the future, because we're not at prime. We're nowhere near at prime time yet. I believe it's coming, and it could be in this next bull run when people wake up and they're seeing Bitcoin at like several 100K market cap, which is quite possible. It's not, it's realistic with the money.
Well,
our
last bull run, Jesse. Our last bull run, we hit a $3 trillion market cap in crypto. Our next bull run, we've got more adoption, more eyes on us. I think we can hit 6 or 8.
8 trillion.
I only saw
8 trillion. Is that
No. It was just over 2. I think it's about. It tips just over.
We hit 3 trillion on our last bull run.
We hit 3 trillion last bull run, yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. Last bull run, we're above 3 trillion. The next bull run, we could hit 8 trillion and see 100K Bitcoin. Easy.
Yeah, easy. I believe the next bull run, after the next halvening, 100K Bitcoin is FUD, quite frankly. I mean, it's really there in the math, isn't it? There in the code, but
I mean, we should get $1 million Bitcoin, but not in this next bull run. We'll see 100K Bitcoin in this bull run. Nothing much more. There'll be a big pullback.
I disagree. I think we'll see 150, but we'll see. In 18 months, we'll have this conversation again, Ian, and see where we're at.
Well,
I'll have a little wager with you.
It's took since like 10. It's nearly been 10 years, and that's where I look at price we're at today. So
yeah, fair. I'm a newbie. I've only been here for one cycle.
The more adoption is better for us. This is all part of the plan. All this FUD, all these Black Swan events that are happening, it's all part of the plan, because if it were that easy to become a millionaire, everyone would be doing it. They need to check it out. They need to shake it. They need to shake the market up. The SEC and know what they're doing. The government know what they're doing. And they don't want everyone to become millionaires. Only certain people will make it, and it's them with the balls to hold on. Because let's face it, if you buy into a token and you put $1,000 into a token and then it runs to 200 grand, are you going to sell it? You're going to sell it, right?
I will now.
My Shiba Inu, it's $600,000 and dropped down to 200K. So you would panic sell, right? People panic sell on that.
People do, but like not
You need the
OG,
balls.
because you know where this is going, right?
You need the balls to hold on. If you've got the balls to hold on, you become a millionaire. That's what I'll tell you. If you've got the balls to hold and you believe in a project, just hold it. Forget about it.
It's true. It's true. If you're in the right project, if you're in a legitimate project. And let's bring it back to Playworld now, and because so you're talking about building today for the future, for the next
Bring
cycle. Ian, mute yourself.
Where's the charger?
Wait, where is he? Oh, no, I can't do it on here. I'm in the wrong house.
Looks like I was thinking he's like falling down the stairs, for goodness sakes. At least he's not on his bike.
Yeah, right. You're going to have a virtual economy, aren't you?
What's that?
I read something about a virtual economy, and that really interested me. Can you tell us about that, please?
Well, that's the plan. Like I said, everything is about utility for the token. So we have to support the token in a long-term way. And the metaverse is going to do that, whether it's a play to earn games or renting that cabin at the lake or renting a jet ski to play on the lake or something else that we'll know hopefully more about tomorrow or the next day. That's in the works as well. I've seriously put a lot of time and thought into utility for the token. How can we make it a long-term project? Not just the metaverse, because the metaverse is just one aspect, but the token needs to be supported too. The investors, they don't just invest in the metaverse, they're investing in the token, they're investing in the project. So we have to make sure that the token is always being used and always being, why does somebody want to buy it? Well, because they are addicted to the go-kart racing. Maybe they're addicted to coming to the lake. Maybe they like to go fishing. Maybe they like to go snow skiing. Maybe they want to keep coming into the hockey arena, stadium, and keep doing that kind of thing. So there's a lot of different aspects. And then with the Metaverse Plus, you're going to be able to buy a plot for yourself and build on it yourself as well. So you have choices on what you want to do in this metaverse. Gaming is just one part of it. The gaming is just a utility for the token, and have a lot of fun doing it, hopefully. And I take suggestions from the crowd, from the investors and the things that they're wanting too. Really, everybody seems to be pretty excited about the lake area. A lot of people, one of them, they're like, "Oh, we need to have a haunted house area and a haunted house and do all this stuff." So we've looked into that. We're doing that. The ski slope, some people didn't seem excited about it. And today I was talking about, they're like, "Oh no, we gotta have that because this with this." So we're doing the hockey stadium. We're gonna do the ski slope where you can come in and ride the ski lift and play in the snow and that kind of stuff. So we are considering that. And there will be like an adult area where there'll be the bars and the casinos and different stuff to do as well. So we've kind of thought about everything, I think, as far as from young to old, middle-aged, family, singles, all of it, and making that utility for the token as we go. The NFTs also, that's all going to be based on, that'll be the BNB purchases. But again, it's going to be a utility for the token in the end, because they're going to come in and they're going to buy that NFT for the oil slick, for example, and they'll have that oil slick forever, and they can come in and play that, and they'll keep buying the token to come in and keep playing on the go-kart game. Just as one example, but
it sounds awesome. I want to come back to Mars Swap. I hadn't actually heard of Mars Swap before I met you, and you showed me your facility, and Ian just introduced it and talked to it. It looks really nice. And Ian, I'd really like to get you in so you can talk to us about all that, because I'd like to dig into that as well. But this is a Playworld show, so I'm going to stick with that. But I'm looking at your staking. So, and I'll be honest.
He's actually out. He's actually out of the room right now, but
Yeah, no. Well, he can watch this back later, or you can tell him, or I'll tell him. I'll hit him up. I'll tell him. Not exactly, he's not going to be shy, but okay. So I'm looking at your staking, and I'll be honest. You know, my background is yield farming. That's where I came in. I came in on the back of Uniswap and SushiSwap, and then BSC and that blowing up, and Polygon, Matic, all that kind of stuff. Can't call it Matic. Polygon, it's Matic, isn't it? You know. But like, so 90 days and 120 days is a long time in DeFi. And when I first looked at this, I was like, oh my God, that's a long lockup. So, but then now I'm looking at what you're presenting to us, and you're interested in getting people that want to have a stake in what you're building for the long term, because this is a long-term project, right? Like you said, it's a slow mover. So all of a sudden, that 90 days and 120 days lockup is looking quite reasonable, because that doesn't even bring us into the next cycle. This is like, we've still got another 100 odd days before we get into that event. 3% for 120 days lockup, 2% for 90 days lockup.
And that is actually, that has not shown the update yet, but it was, I don't know, maybe Monday, I think. I actually doubled that amount. So it is actually 4% and 6% APY on, so it's actually more than that.
Haven't you updated the tab?
It just hasn't, it takes a few days for even though the numbers have been adapted and changed as far as
because it has to attach to the contract.
Website, it takes a few days to catch up. But
so Ian would be able to explain it for us really simply. I still don't get it. I've worked on projects in the past. Yeah, it's weird, and it's like people still struggle to understand when new farms are deployed. The APR looks absolutely massive, and they get in there and they're like, oh, but I'm not getting that. And like, well, yeah, that's because infinity isn't a real number. It takes a while for things to settle and the numbers to get picked up from the smart contract, doesn't it? I still don't understand it, but yeah. Okay, so and there's an early withdrawal penalty of 5% of your initial. So if, for example, people were to stake and this really mooned hard, you know, went up to like multi-millions market cap, and they were looking at it understandably and thought, do you know what? I want to take some profits now.
Yes.
This is quite clever. So you're only actually going to take 5% of their initial off them, not 5% of what their token are actually worth now. Is that am I understanding that right?
No, it's just 5% of the token, not 5% of the actual value. Just 5% of the token. And that's only for
okay.
Most of them are all, if you look through the other staking on the platform, they're all 10%. I did 5%. I wanted people to have an easier out if they wanted an out. But there is some but I also kept a percentage on there, because otherwise you get the bad actors, right? You get the bad actors that come in, they take a few tokens, they pull it out, they sell that, they come back in, they take a few tokens. So it would have drained.
Yeah.
So that's why the 5% penalty is in place.
And that's plus interest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that means that they won't, if they withdraw early, they won't get the interest that they've accrued whilst they've been staking, right?
Yes. Yep.
But then
they have
that's fair, because
if something moons,
mooned.
Yep. So if it moons like next week or whatever, and everybody just stake, they can pull it out and take a little.
They're winning anyway.
Instead of a huge hit, take a little tiny one. And be able to take a massive amount of profits if something happened, and we did like 100x and overnight. And it can happen. I've seen it happen, so it is a possibility. So I wanted, like I said, this was something fun and something inexpensive for this community to get into, based on a different project that was bad actors. So I just wanted to give something to this community that was fun. I wanted to give it so they could put their last $10 in instead of scrambling and not being able to invest anything because they can't in these ETH projects. It's too damn expensive. And if they turn that $10 into $100 and pull that, and then reinvest later after a dip and put that $100 in and make $150 and pull that, so be it. I want people to do that. I want people to profit.
If you think you've found your floor now around 60,
I kind of think that
and your holders here, I mean, like everyone, I do me, you do you, everybody like do them. But if that's the case, then all of a sudden taking a little punt on something like this, like you say, 20, 30 bucks worth of your tokens, and like if you're bullish on what you've heard and the prospects of what you're building and where this is going for a long-term project like this, to chuck them into your staking pool as well, and then get rewarded on top of that, and the potential to then say, hey, I've done all right out of that, and compound your interest and then stake it. I'm guessing you're going to continue your staking awards, are you, as you grow? I don't know. How, like, you tell me, how's that going to work?
As long as we can, we'll hold the staking. At some point, we may not need the staking. I throw the tokens into the staking when you can come into the metaverse and put it towards your, put those tokens to work in your metaverse. So I do plan on, this is a plan. Ian knows my plan, so he needs to make it work. This is all, everything's a contract. Everything's a contract. Everything takes coding. To where the plan is where not everybody can come into the metaverse and buy their plot of land and build a business. Not everybody can do that. It costs a lot of money. You're going to have to hire somebody if you don't know how to do it. I have learned how expensive it really is to do these different things. Even if you're buying different aspects, I mean, like the lake, that's $130. But you start adding all these other aspects into it, it can be really costly to build your plot. So I do plan on having plots available for a higher NFT price that are going to be income bearing. They're already going to be built into where the Playworld token can be used to rent that cabin. So let's say you buy a plot with a cabin already built on it, it'll already be built to actually be income bearing. If you choose to have somebody come in and rent your cabin on that lake, you can do that, and it'll cost you a little bit higher on NFT cost, but it'll be lifetime income.
So will you be like selling plots of land within the metaverse to people?
Yes.
And then can they then build in that plot of land something that they want to do?
Yes.
And is there potential then for them to be able to charge fees to other people to come and use what they've built, for example?
Yes.
Amazing. At this point,
Christy, for you have Desi degens, right? Let's say you bought a plot of land, okay? Maybe a couple $100. You buy a plot of land in metaverse, and for you, I'm going to guess right around the casino bar area, that's going to be Jesse's. You can actually set up your room here, right in the metaverse. They can come in and pay B&B or Playworld tokens to you to come into your metaverse land and do different things. And it's going to be, you can make it income bearing as well. You can make money. So yes.
Christy, right now, I want you to give the DJs in the chat their password so they can upload their Google forms and we can start asking some of their questions.
A password? I need to make a password. But I have to tell everybody it's not a secret code. It's not a secret password. It's just a password.
Secret code.
We're just gonna put on crypto. Crypto.
Okay, guys, you heard that. The code word for tonight is crypto. I don't think I need to spell that. I hope I don't. But I'm going to anyway, because you're a bunch of DJs. This is just DJs after all, and we come from everywhere. So crypto. CRYPTO. Crypto.
Wow, she got it right, ladies and gentlemen. She hasn't been able to spell Playworld for the last week and a half. But she did manage to spell crypto properly.
If it was numbers, like, I'm not so good with numbers. Am I right with number go up? Am I right with green? But like adding and like doing complicated calculations, not so much. So guys, you've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get your forms in. And the quicker you get them in, the more likely I am to see your question, because I'm looking at them coming in live now and ask it. And then afterwards, if Chrissy picks your question as the best one out of the ones that I've answered, you'll be winning $50. $50 worth of B&B. Woohoo! So now we've got that. There's 17 minutes past now. So 27 minutes past. Well, that's generous. 10 minutes. You can do that easily. So now I want to just dive into a little bit of the important stuff of how you're going to be looking after, because if you're talking about a project that's potentially going to go into the tens, who knows, hundreds of millions market cap, like it's possible in the next bull run with everything that we've talked about, the way that we know that gaming, metaverse, and it's going to blow up in combination with how everything's going to spike as the liquidity comes flowing into crypto. How are you going to keep people's money safe? First of all, I want to know, maybe Ian's probably better to talk to this, but I'm seeing that you're going to have quite a few contracts here because you're talking about NFTs. So that's going to be one contract, isn't it? You've already got your token contract. And I'm guessing with your games, you're going to have other contracts to be handling the transactions within them. How many contracts do you think your project is going to end up with?
Could be from hundreds to thousands with the games and everything that's being built.
Contracts?
Coding and contracts and stuff like that. Yeah, everything's contracted.
No, individual smart contracts. So the token is one contract. The NFTs is another contract. Like,
yes, but you also need contracts and coding for everything that is going to. So there's little codes and contracts that have to go in for, okay, this is going to do this. You're going to come in and you're going to pay for the jet ski, right? That's another contract. You're going to come in and pay for your boat. That's another contract. Everything's based on contracts and coding.
Yeah.
First, you have to code the metaverse to do the actions, and then just everything's kind of treated as like a play-to-earn game where you have
the metaverse for the front end, as I understand it. I'm not a dev, I'm not technical, but as I understand it, the front end, the metaverse, the bits that we'll see in the UI will interact with the smart contracts underneath it that make everything fair and keep track of our money, of our tokens and everything else. So this leads me into my next question. I noticed that on your website you don't actually have an audit on your token contract yet, but you're planning to get one. So who are you thinking of working with to be audited?
The contract is actually already audited, and it's a SAFU contract. It's actually already been audited. But we are going to do the KYC, and then we'll show that the contract has already been audited. It was already audited before we deployed, before we actually launched. So but we'll do all that again. And the KYC, the matter of that is just cost, because that'll come out of the marketing wallet. And the cost on that is it's not free, even though MSwap does the KYC and auditing. They do that service. They have the staking service. They have the swapper service. We're doing all that, and they have the text with you can launch a project. We have a project launching on the MSwap platform as well. And when they launch, all the MSwap holders will get an airdrop from the projects that launch. Just another tidbit of free money there. And the KYC and audit is, like I said, even though I'm on the team, I don't know the back-end team of that KYC and audit. It's like they only do part of it, and then part of it's contracted out, so to speak. So it's not free to me. I still have to pay for it. I still pay for the staking. I still pay for things. And that all comes out of that type of thing. And I actually took money to pay for the staking out of my personal because there wasn't enough in the marketing wallet to do that. So it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do. Things have to get paid for, and that's just that's just what it happens. But I will KYC. I mean, this is literally the KYC. I'm doxed. KYC. Everybody that knows me at this point, everybody that's in the project, most of the community, they know my address. They know where I work. This is where I work. Here I am. So I'm not worried about the KYC. We'll get that done as soon as I can afford to pay for that, but we will.
And you're going to do that through MarsSwap?
I'm going to do that through the MarsSwap team. I trust them, and you always worry when you're in this space, especially that somebody's going to sell your information, use it for something bad. And I do trust the MarSwap team to be at the utmost, and they are. So I trust the back end. Like I said, I don't even know the back end of the KYC team. They're in a whole other section from what I do, so I don't even know them on a one-on-one level. So I'm comfortable with that, and I know that I feel comfortable and secure with my information going to them 100,000%. So that's why I will KYC using the MSwap, and I looked in a couple other ones just because. And I don't trust it.
I'm with Ian anyway. Ian MarSwap is Ian's projects, right?
But Ian doesn't do the KYC. The KYC has nothing to do with Ian. He just has that service on the platform. It's through Orange Caesar. He may or may not be here right now. But there are other people that deal with that sort of thing, and that's a team. Orange Caesar is like the visible person of the team. The rest of them, it's all totally separate. So I don't even know who they are. But I just felt more comfortable giving that personal information because they delve a little bit more than just, everybody in the space should have my phone number by now. I don't hide. Everybody knows that I work in Mesquite, Nevada. Everybody knows that I live in Arizona. Everybody knows, what I do, where I go, who I talk to. I don't hide. I've been on also YouTube with One Leg Bandit and stuff like that. So this isn't the first time putting my face out there, even though I hate doing it. But yeah. So
this is great, and I say with that shit, I always have my camera on. People used to see my face, and I always say to
I'm actually not as bad as I look like in this camera. I gotta say that I look like pretty heavy. That I feel like I'm a moose. Look at that. Anyway.
No, you don't.
I hate the whole camera thing, but yeah. But I'm at work right now. I mean, we can wander around. I've wandered around, showing where I work. I have nothing to hide. I really don't.
Amazing. But this is what I want to say. So anybody that comes on, if you switch your camera on, that trust from community members, from people, because we've all been rogued and scammed and traumatized in this space so many times. But when you switch your camera on and you see the person that's speaking, and like that trust goes up 100%. Because it's real, isn't it? So big up. Thank you for switching your camera on tonight. I really do appreciate it. Now we're gonna get into some of the questions from the community and just having a look through.
Be kind, because Ian probably has more of the answers than I do, but let's go for it.
Okay, so just to big up the first person to get their form into us. So let's have a look here. So, combining play to earn with carnival-themed metaverse is something I haven't seen before, and it can be very addictive. How do you plan to reduce much addiction so I don't end up losing my real life job playing your games? So this person wants to know about. So it's gambling, isn't it? Because we're talking. There's going to be games there, so I find it fascinating because you've got the elements of let's just go and have some fun by going on the dodge jumps or the big wheel or the roller coaster or whatever. But then you're also going to have the play to earn element, which means gambling, doesn't it? Let's be real.
I never really thought of it as gambling because I think of it more as putting that quarter into pay Pac-Man, and then being proud because you got first place. But yeah, I guess in a way it's a gambling of sorts, but it's more like betting on yourself. I don't know how to, like in the go-kart races, how good do you really think you are? So yeah, I guess, so I can put up a Gamblers Anonymous phone number for you guys if you'd like. But yeah, the prizes are going to be, still have to buy the token, so I guess it's as much as you can put in for the token. Once you're too broke to buy the token, I guess that'll take care of itself, right? I don't know. I haven't been presented as a whole gambling thing yet, because there's other aspects that will be. But the play to earn games, I really don't think of them as that, because it's really about coming in and having some fun and, making a little bit of tokens in the meantime. Eventually, Eventually, though, there will be, and I have already made a couple phone calls, so this is something that will happen eventually. Not right away, guys, so don't get too excited. It'll take a little time and a little building. Where they're play-to-earn tokens, they can actually drop their tokens and sell them directly like onto a Visa or MasterCard and take that to the gas station and fill up their gas tank or take it to the grocery store and be dropped right on a Visa or MasterCard where they can use it to pay a bill, they can use it to go get milk, they can use it to do all kinds of things, whatever they need to do IRL. So
wait, that's massive what you just said there. So you're gonna also have on ramp and off ramp from your ecosystem.
Yeah, so they'll be able to sell the tokens directly into this card, and it'll drop it. It'll change it directly.
Will that be one of those virtual cards, and will there be KYC involved in that?
They can actually get a physical card to do it.
They get a physical card. What, anywhere in the world?
At this point, as far as I understand from the company that I've been talking to, yes, it'll be anywhere in the world that takes Visa, MasterCard, that you can get mail. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you'll end up being
Visa or MasterCard, aren't they?
Yeah, but that will be a choice. You can leave it on there and you can sell it. You can take it out of your little wallet. You can connect your wallet and take your tokens off of there, or you can do the KYC. Yes, of course, for Visa, MasterCard, you have to be KYC because they're going to want to know that you're old enough to have one and that you're whatever. So yeah, you'll put your personal information on there to get a physical card, and you can do virtual or physical. That is going to be an option for you. Once you put it on the physical card, yeah, you have to you are going to be KYC to use that for the Visa and MasterCard. That's all there is to it. But you also can leave it on there, or you can pull it off and put it back into your wallet and sell it that way if you need to. So there's going to be multiple ways, but I really like the idea of being able to sell it. I'm working. I can't say who. So I can't say who I've been talking to. So I can't say who that is. But there is that aspect that may be coming down the road, maybe sooner than later. It depends as long when the pay to earn games are there, then it'll be more of a viable aspect. But I have touched base with them and discussed it. So.
I've just seen a really interesting question. That's amazing. I've just seen a really interesting question here. This person's been quite clever because they've actually done two questions in one form. Big up. I haven't seen that before. You cover hedging your bets there. I like it. It's using your initiative, so that's okay. But please don't start bombarding me with essays because I just won't be reading them. But okay, so this person, I'm going to ask their question one. I think it's quite good. I noticed that hashtag Playworld Fun game looks quite similar to a game I've played, which is Roller Coaster. So let me ask, what's different about your game that makes it fresher and more engaging when playing and retain players in the long run, especially in the blockchain world that always requires adaptation and changes to catching diamonds of the market? I think they mean diamond hands of the market and users. So what's going to be different about? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really. I know there are other roller coaster and theme park type tycoon.
I really
games
don't
out
know
there.
anything about it. I don't game. I'm not a gamer, so I don't even know what they're talking about. This was literally just Zach and Shelby driving down the road and me talking on the phone and being like, God, we've been through so much shit. Let's have some fun. Let's do it this way. And as far as difference go, I don't know because I don't play these other games. All I know is that we will continue to build as things change because we know that the space changes consistently and constantly. So with Envy and the dev, we will keep up on those changes and get bigger, whatever we need to do, and do those changes along the way as it happens.
And I want to help you out a little bit here, Chrissy, because as far as I know, and I think we spoke about this earlier on, there may be, and I know there are, because, I look on the Play Store and all that kind of stuff, I see them. Roller coaster tycoon games, theme park.
Oh, yeah, tycoon game? Yeah, but that's fine.
But they're not play to earn with crypto. Right. So I think there it is right there. There's your unique thing. So I guess it's about staying ahead of, you're first to market, stay ahead of the curve, because you probably will get copied. And
yeah, let's hope.
The most brilliant thing in the world, isn't it?
But they don't have Ian. So that's one of the big things. They don't have Ian and the team behind Ian as well. And I think that's also overlooked, because there is a team behind Ian. I'm just the community manager, But there's also Cam and Pedro and Wander and Orange. And I mean, there's so many people that are in the team that are incredible. They're smart and they're fun and they're just nice, honest, amazing people. I couldn't work for somebody better, and I couldn't have somebody better building for Playworld. I would not even have considered doing what we're doing in Playworld if it hadn't been for Ian. And knowing his skills and knowing his integrity. So as far as the future, I don't know. It depends. I don't have a crystal ball. That's kind of an ongoing joke, because people ask us, "Well, where do you see it going?"
Don't have a crystal ball.
Where do we see it going? I see us going astronomical as time goes on. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't like those prediction type of things. I don't pretend to know everything. I learn something new every day in the crypto space, and as time goes on, Ian's going to know the changes that need to be made, and we'll update and upgrade and do what we need to do to keep fresh in the space. So,
yeah. Well, we talk about risk reward, don't we? And we know that anything in this space, even Bitcoin, there's a risk-reward ratio there. I mean, it's minimized as we go up higher and higher in the scheme of things in the blue chips. But you're buying, there's things that can mitigate risk, and that's that you and Ian have been here with us tonight with your cameras on. We can see Ian's other project, Mars Swap, is legit. It's there. It's building. It's showing us stuff. So that risk starts lowering. So then it has to go to, well, what do you think? And this is the art of trading, isn't it? Is this a good bet for the future? In my mind, if you deliver what you've presented to us here, which I can't see any reason why not. We've seen your dev. He's legit. He's dropped his links. He's not talking shit. You don't get links with crypto.com and Shiba Inu and Chainlink, and like there was a few there, wasn't there? It's just like, okay, this is legit. So there it is, right there. Let's go into the next question.
Okay.
This is like, let me open it up. Okay. So I have once played a game for more than an hour. Then my PC offed, and I had to start from the beginning, which was very annoying because I couldn't reach the same level for a long time. I've been there, done that. So will the game have an auto-save feature to avoid losing any progress at any point in the game, which will screw the whole thing? So this person's wanting to know about, people going to be able to play the game and then save it, so if anything happens, they'll still be at the same point.
Well, number one, that's a back-end question. That would be an in question. Number two, this isn't a long-term Mario type game. You're not going to be going in where you need to be saving your progress like that. You're gonna be racing the cart. If your computer turns off in the middle of racing a cart, I don't know the answer to that question. As far as I'm thinking, these aren't games that you're going to go in and play to level up. You're going to go in and play them because you want to for that minute, and when you're bored with that game, you're going to move on to the next game. So you want to think midway carnival. So you're not going to sit there and do the strongman thing for 5 hours, 10 hours, right? You're going to do the strongman, win some go on to the duck shoot, go into the shooting gallery. Maybe you decide to find a partner to go do some it's not Mario Karts, but the go-karts with, because everybody's like thinking Mario Karts. I don't even know what that is. I've never played it. So the go-karts, maybe you decide you want to head off to the lake and do some jet skiing. Maybe you decide you want to go ride the roller coaster or go grab a hot dog from the amusement park or cotton candy. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that you can do. It's not like a long-term, 500 level thing to do. It's not like that. So I can't imagine why you would need to save your progress on that. That's just my point on that.
Okay, we've touched on this next. Thank you. And like we're talking about stuff that's going to be recorded on the blockchain as well. So some of this stuff, you know, if you're playing a game on the, even if the front end goes down, whatever actions you've taken on the blockchain, of course they're going to be saved because that's blockchain. That's what it is. So, I mean, the front end is simply interacting with the smart contracts. We kind of touched on that, but yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So, next question. This person wants to know, we've touched on this, but I'm going to ask it because it's fair and it's interesting. When NFT market, when, and can they be minted and then sell the amazing NFTs? So people are wanting to know, this person's wanting to know about, firstly, when NFTs, and secondly, will there be a marketplace for them? Will they be able to buy them and then trade them?
Yes. When? That depends on Ian. So that's going to be dependent on Ian. We'll know when the time is right to start selling the NFT lots. We will let you guys know. There will be announcements and things like that. We pretty much want everything laid out before we start with the NFTs. I don't want to put out a collection of NFTs and then have you guys sitting there with them for 2 months or 6 months or however long it takes us to complete the metaverse thing with something in your wallet that may not seem that valuable, you know? So when NFTs, that's going to be up to Ian as soon as the metaverse stuff is done and the play to earn games are there. And those will be, some NFTs will be accessories to the play to earn games and what have you. And yes, we're going to build on Red Sea. Okay, so because it's a BSC token, and they're really easy to work with, and they don't charge the fees. And if somebody else wants to build certain NFTs and help out with things like that, they'll earn mods. So the NFTs are going to be based around the different things that we're doing. Like you're going to see, we'll do some like cool kind of puffs of smoke for your smoke screen. It's not going to be anything fancy. It's just going to represent what you're buying. So if you're buying a lake on a cabin on the lake or whatever, it's going to have some sort of a cabin or lake scene on there so that you know what you're getting and it'll be in your wallet. But yeah, it'll be on Red Sea rather than Open Sea. It's a lot easier to use, and I really like their platform a lot better. And yes, you'll be able to buy and sell and trade and do what you need to do with the NFTs as well. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
So
I mean, if you buy a pot and you decide that it's not for you and you can't get any or you don't have time to deal with your pot, yeah, you can put it up for sale if somebody wants to buy it from you. Yeah, it'll be tradable.
But I mean, it could be a trading opportunity as well, couldn't it? Because if you buy these plots early, I'm guessing they're going to become more valuable as the plots get, because you've only got a finite amount of plots to sell, right? So if the game is very successful and very popular, those early plots could suddenly start to be worth more money, right? Am I just making stuff up?
Nope, that's exactly right. And like I said, some of those plots you can buy for a little bit more than the empty plots. There will be plots available that have a business on them, so you can actually buy a business that is already set up for revenue generating. So that's up to you.
Right. Okay. I've got 2 more questions, and then we're gonna get into the final bit and wrap this up because we've been on for over an hour now. So, and I mean, I think we could be talking about this for the rest of the, another few hours because you've got so much here. Honestly, there's so much going on. But this person wants to know, what are your plans to push the awareness of the game metaverse to gamers who are not in the crypto space yet? And also, will the demo test mode of the game be open for the community? So, I mean, there's 2 questions there. I'll ask this one. So, how are you going to market this to people? Are you going to market this to people that aren't in crypto?
I just really don't think of the outside crypto menu at this point. It's really crypto oriented, so that's probably where we're going to start. And then, yeah, as much as we can, because it is going to be mobile accessible. So then we'll work on that kind of aspect. But at this point, my focus is the crypto world, with between the NFTs, the play to earn. Most people out here don't understand what a play to earn is, so it really you have to kind of onboard them on the crypto and then say, hey, you can earn money doing this. Oh my gosh, you can. And of course, it's going to be set up for the play to earn games for you guys to win fairly easily on some of it, because I'm not out here. I don't want you guys to think, oh, I'm going to play this game and it's like the casino where your odds are pretty low, right? I want you guys to be pretty high on odds. I suck at battle games. I just didn't want a battle game. That's what I really was focusing on, is just something that wasn't a battle. Even the Shib Eternity card game, that has packs in it, and I didn't understand it. It was like, I'm like, it looks too complicated. I don't care if it's just a game of cards. It looks complicated. This is just simple stuff. Come in, have fun. You know, I really don't know about that. And then as far as taking it out,
okay, that's a good second question. Actually. So with your games, I mean, most games have a certain payout rate. There.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea? Is it 80%, 90%?
No, I don't have percentages on that. Not gonna lie, I have not even figured out the math on that. That's gonna depend on once it's built and we're looking at the ease or the hardness of it, you know, what the skill level that it's gonna take to do that. I will determine that based on that. So if I get in there and I have a hard time winning it as me, then we will go.
Perfect. And then the second part of that question, or the second question, in fact,
we'll make it fair. I'll put it this way: it'll be fair for everybody.
Okay, cool. Will you have beta testing available for community members?
We do like beta testing, so I'm hoping that Ian opens that up. Yeah, that's an Ian question because he's back in. But we do a lot of testing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm imagining.
So the person that's just asked that question.
Go ahead.
You know, I'm assuming that you're already in Playworld chat because you've sent the form in and you must have ticked the box to say you are. So go and ask that question in their chat directly to Ian, and I'm sure he'll get back to you with that answer. But I mean, it's a reasonable question. I think it's a really cool
it is a reasonable question, and yeah, that's an Ian question. Like I said, when it comes to the back end stuff, those are Ian questions. And as far as
it's quite exciting, you know, if you're a token holder, for example, if you're a big bag holder, aka a big stakeholder. And it's quite a reasonable request to say, hey, can we have access? Can we help you with the beta testing? It can be useful.
We do like beta testing, so. Yeah. But I will say it's getting harder and harder to get the test tokens. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to mine those and mint those. So start now, you guys. Start. If you guys want to do a beta test, I mean, I've been working really hard because of deploying like test contracts and stuff like that to test some of the. Jeez. The test net. It's getting harder and harder because there's so many things that are building and going and whatever. So it's getting harder and harder to get the test net tokens. Like Ether, you only get like 0.02 a day or whatever. It's very, very little. So get in there if you want to beta test even possible.
Okay, last question.
Start mining those tokens. Start mining the test stuff now if you even want to consider that. Unless you got something.
So there's the answer. If you want to help these guys, if you want to help Playworld with beta testing, get over to their community, talk nicely to Ian, and get over on the BSC testnet and get into that faucet and start getting your test tokens.
And you can Google it, guys. You can Google Google BSC.
The is very, very slow right now. So, last question. Let me open it up. Okay. Since there will be a metaverse, will you add a social fi that will enable users to interact, have some shit talks, and share some fun with our new friends in the metaverse? Who knows? I might find a wife. This person said.
I know why. Well, of course,
in your metaverse. So, I mean, it's a good question. Are you going to have the facility for people to be able to interact with each other,
yes,
and, like hang out and chat and all that good stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little
So
bit about that, about how that's going to work? Is it going to be text-based,
the
or people
hope
going to be
is
able to actually talk to each other?
the hope, okay, the direction, the hope, the vision, okay. And Ian, he keeps telling me, whatever you think of, I can build it. Whatever you think of, we can build. Might take time, but we can build it. I want literally like the little bubbles above your head where you can actually see somebody typing a question or a comment. So, like, hey babe, want to ride my jet ski? I want to see that above their head. That's my vision. Social aspect, there is going to be different lounges that you can go into. There is also for the private sale people, and we kind of give a few away as well. So there's also a VIP access lounge that will happen. So the people that came in on private sale, they got to go mint a free VIP access NFT. And that's going to be it. You get to go into the VIP lounge, and there'll be different giveaways and different little special things along the way for our VIP holders. And I've given away some of those NFTs as well along the way. And then whatever I don't give away, we'll earn them. So anybody who doesn't get the VIP NFT, you cannot get into the special lounge. And like I said, there's going to be special activities, special giveaways, different little contests, all kinds of little stuff with the VIP holders along the way.
Amazing, amazing. So you heard that, guys. You want to get, if you think this is a winner, if you think this is going to blow up, like, you got a chance to get some very special NFTs there, but you're only going to have one chance, and that's it. It's gone.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. The VIP NFT was for our private sale holders. I've given a couple away since. But anybody in this chat today, anybody that is in this Desi Degen AMA today, if you purchase today, I will give you the VIP pass so that you can actually get the VIP secret NFT. You can mint it. I will give you the link.
You've just dropped there. So,
if you believe in us enough in Playworld that you want to purchase today while we're in the chat, you send me a DM that you bought with your wallet. I will send you the information to go get your VIP access.
So how long are we going to give them? We're going to give them a couple of hours from now. So say 12.
Yeah, we can do that.
12 a.m. UTC. So guys, if you go and buy
2 hours from now, because I get off work in 2 hours. So if you, we'll do 2 hours from now.
And how much of a bag do they have to buy?
Let's do $50 or more. You get your VIP pass, and then after this, I'm gonna burn the rest of them.
Okay, so anybody that goes and buys $50, and I'm thinking about it now. And how much are these VIP NFTs worth?
Priceless, because like I said, through all the time of our metaverse, whether it lasts 5 years, 500 years, the VIP lounge will have exclusive little doodads through all the time. There's going to be all kinds of different things. There might be buying contests with different things. There might be you get free days in the metaverse. You get free stuff in the metaverse. Maybe you get a free plot. Maybe you get all kinds of stuff. So the VIP lounge will be important, and we will continue to reward people that are in the VIP lounge as often as we possibly can.
I'm buying $50 worth. I want one of your NFTs.
Use the swapper.
Not financial advice. Queen of DJs here, right?
Very cheap. The swapper is very easy. So just send your money to the swapper address, and it'll drop right in there. If you need the token address to be able to see it in your wallet, let me know. We'll make sure. Anthony will make sure. Anthony's still here, is he? I haven't even looked up to see who's in here. No idea.
Okay. All right. We're going to start wrapping up now. But that is a bomb right there, guys. Jesse DJ's exclusive. We bring you good stuff here. Thank you, Chrissy, for making this amazing offer to the guys in the chat tonight. So if you buy a $50 bag of Playworld, what's your ticker name, by the way?
It's PLYWLD.
So if you buy a $50 bag of PLYWLD Playworld, then you're going to get one of these exclusive VIP NFTs. And you've just heard Chrissy say that after tonight, she's burning the rest of them. There aren't any more.
Yep, I will tell Ian we need to burn the rest of them.
And these were originally for people in your private sale, right? So
yes.
Not many people have got. How many people have got them?
I don't even know, because some people, they didn't even take them. But when we did it, I know they're stupid because sorry, I hate using that word. Nobody's stupid, but you're not that smart if you didn't get your
the word you're looking for is degen as fuck.
Degen as fuck. So yeah, we will be doing exclusive things for the VIP access holders. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, to me it's valuable. You're gonna get free shit along the way. You're gonna get special treatment here and there. So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Okay, so if people buy $50 worth of your token, and you can see them holding it in their wallet, how long do you think it's going to take for you to send them their NFTs?
They can have it as soon as they send it. It's a free mint. Okay. You'll get some BNB. It might cost you like 4 cents or some shit like that for a fee, but it's a free mint. But you might have to pay a little tiny gas fee. So I don't know. 20 cents.
It's gonna be pennies. No.
Yes. Yeah, it's not like ETH, guys. It's not like ETH. You got to have a little BNB in your wallet.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You want to hear real life right now?
I can hear real life. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for your questions. There's so many good questions here tonight. Honestly, you guys are awesome. And if I've asked your question, then you've got a chance of winning that. You've got a chance of winning that $50. And if you do win that $50, then like maybe buy Playworld. I can hear Chrissy dealing with real life work right now. How legit is that? That's awesome. So if I didn't ask you a question tonight, just keep trying, keep sending them in, because we're going to keep running these giveaways like this, because I think it's the best value for money. You know, you ask good questions, you think about it, you're intelligent, you do the little tasks, you get a chance to win a $50. It's all right, really, isn't it? For attending a little show that hopefully is good anyway.
And you don't want to dump that $50 for the NFT. You do not want to do anything that will jeopardize that NFT. And this isn't the threat from this whole thing that I'm thinking about. You want to make sure that you have something, you're holding something of a token for your VIP NFT. So if you sell your entire bag, the VIP pass goes away. It checks it when you're going in the room. It makes sure that you have a bag. And I'm not talking, you don't have to be a whale holder or anything like that. You just have to be holding some of that Playworld token for your VIP pass to basically like click into the VIP. Yeah.
But in theory, it's on chain. It's going to be in their wallet anyway. They could buy $50 and they could decide, oh no, I need to flip this. I need to have some liquidity somewhere else. Sell it and then come back and buy more. And they'd still be, that NFT would still be working, right?
As long as they've got any amount of the token in their wallet with their NFT, then they're okay.
But so that would work. So asking for a friend, of course.
Yeah. So
asking for a friend to
sell every token. If you sell every token, your NFT, it's gonna, when you enter the VIP lounge, it's gonna look for your token and your wallet address. If you don't have any tokens in the wallet address, you won't be able to go in with your NFT. So you'll have to hold at least one token. At least one token in your wallet.
Just hold on to one token and then you're all good. But like if you're sensible and you see where this is going, you'll just hold the whole bag, right?
That's you want to keep holding, but I want you guys to make profits. But hold a little bag, especially if you're a VIP. All right. The VIP pass will be valuable because I do. This other project did a lot of promises around the NFTs. I'm not making promises. I'm just telling you, I'm going to make it valuable for you guys. You're going to win tokens along the way. You're going to win prizes along the way. There's going to be free different days in the metaverse. It might be a free day of jet ski rentals. It might be a free day in the amusement park. It might be maybe open bar for one night. You never know. Are you
Okay,
planning a
so I'm
wedding?
going to stop you there. You're not
You'll have a
making
wedding
promises,
venue.
but you kind of are making promises. You're not making promises,
That's not making
but you're
promises.
promising that it'll be worthwhile in the future. Right.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up now. Thank you so much for coming in tonight, presenting your
I
project.
enjoyed it, Jesse.
Honestly, it's like I could be sat here talking to you a long time, but we have to keep these
I'm
things
just giving you examples.
otherwise people's heads will be exploding. We don't want that either. So I just want to summarize really with what I've learned tonight is that we've got a project here that's sitting a low 60k market cap with thin liquidity, which means just with my DGen brain on here, my little monkey brain, and this could pump like fuck. And people start buying into this, but you're not buying into this because of that, because this project has long-term goals. This isn't a meme token. This is a serious project with serious backing behind it. What I mean by that is we've met Playworld dev tonight, Ian, who's told us, like, you know, he's doing this because he's friends with Chrissy, and Chrissy's been supporting him in his other project, and he just wants to give back and help Chrissy to build this amazing idea that she's had with this metaverse and everything that's going to be going into it. And this dev Ian is legit. He's dropped his links. He's dropped the tweets that show that he has these connections. Crypto.com, Chainlink, Shiba Inu whale. Like, I mean, come on. This is quite something that we've got here. So, like, not financial advice at all, but it's projects like this. We know the gaming industry in crypto is primed to blow up. When that's going to happen, we don't know. But we know that it's going to be sometime between now and the next bull run, if not in the bull run itself, and the potential then to make serious exit. I said earlier, Elliot Trades was banging on about this the other day, and like he knows his stuff. His thing is gaming, and he comes from the gaming industry. But like I also listen to him because he knows his stuff, and buying into the right gaming tokens right now can be literally like buying ETH a few years ago after their ICO $1. I mean, just think about it. If you bought a bag of ETH back then for $1, what you would have today, yeah, you'd be all right. Financial freedom and life-changing wealth for sure. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's very possible. These are the projects that I'm keeping an eye on for sure. Chrissy, I'm going to hand over to you for final words now. Is there anything that you haven't told us about Playworld already that you want to tell us now?
What haven't I said? What haven't we gone over? I don't know. I mean, if you're just joining us or you weren't here at the beginning with Ian, I'm sorry that you missed out on watching him use the hovercraft around on the lake. That was pretty cool. The jet ski on the lake. It's just the reality of it. And then what he's talking about, he was like, Chrissy keeps changing things. But what he's talking about is, I don't want it to be cartoonish. I want it to be realistic. I want you to go in there and feel like you're actually at the lake. I want you to go in there and feel like you're actually walking through the midway. I don't want a cartoon. I want something that's still fun but realistic so that you are like hanging out with your family and friends. And like I said, it's about long term, and it's about the community. It's about the investors and holders, and I always have everybody's best interest at heart and in mind, and that counts for today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. I mean, it's really important to me for all of you to make money and have fun doing it along the way. I want you all to make money. I hope every damn holder becomes a millionaire. I really do. But I do want you to keep that in mind, that I always want you guys to make money, and I will always be working very hard with this team to make sure that happens as much as I possibly can every day until I drop.
Amazing. Thank you. So, if there's one thing, if people go away from here tonight not remembering anything else, there's just one thing that you would want people to go away thinking about, what would that be? The one thing?
The one thing, oh jeez, that's a really hard question, Dusty. The one thing that I would want them to go, just think family fun. Family fun.
Amazing,
Family
amazing.
fun.
Chrissy, thank you so much. You've been a fantastic guest tonight. You know,
You're going to make it, Jesse.
when I first started looking at your project, this is going to be interesting. This is, and you haven't disappointed either. So thank you so much. As I say to all our guests, you know, you can consider us BFFs now. So please, whenever you have anything going on, come and drop your good announcements, your milestones, whatever, and you know, anything
awesome.
that you have. Come and drop it. You're always welcome in Jesse's Agents. And guys, go and get involved in Playworld's community. Even if you're not buying, go and have a look. Go and chat to them. Go and explore. Go and ask questions. Go and find out more about this project. And let me just repeat. Chrissy has said for the next until 12 a.m. UTC. So
yeah, just under
midnight.
2 hours.
You have 2 hours.
An hour.
2 hours. For the next 2 hours, if you do a buy of $50 or more, she will give you one of the special VIP NFTs that will give you access, special access in the metaverse that they're building forever. And only people in the private sale have got those. And after tonight, she's burning them all. All the ones that are left, there won't be any more. So this is your last chance to get one. FOMO is real. You have 2 hours. 2 hours. Make a buy, and then go in Chrissy's chat and find Chrissy. Make sure it's real Chrissy. Go and confirm her by going and finding her in the Playworld chat. And yeah, she'll send you. You know, it's just easy, isn't it? It's the thing with blockchain. We can see when you've done your transaction. It's time stamped, and if you've done it within the next 2 hours, that's $50 worth. You get in a VIP Playworld NFT, right? So I'm gonna finish this now. Thank you so much for coming along. All our community and new people and community from Playworld, thank you for coming along tonight. And I'm going to mute up now. I'm going to play some music. We're going to get the spin the wheel ready for you, and then do the exciting bit of working out who's going to get the last $50 worth of B&B. And Chrissy will decide on the best question. We will announce that in due course, and either tomorrow or the next day. You know, we don't rush these things, but we will always let you know. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you, and appreciate everybody who came in and spent the time here with us today.
Thank you. Right, I'm going to put some tunes back on. All right, guys, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to spin the wheel to give away $50 prizes for Playworld. It's been awesome. And our sponsors for the Dusty DJ show tonight. I've loaded your names up, everybody that asked questions, and they did all the stuff. You know, I checked, because I like that. We're keeping a handle and making sure that we're giving away real prizes for real people that are actually active on the phone. That's why I'm going to jump all of those things. What I'm going to do is spin the wheel until we get to the last 3. And it will be the last 3 that will get the prizes. Starting with number 3, we'll get the, I think I said, hold on, how did I break it down? So, prize 1 gets $25, prize 2 gets, no, okay, see, numbers is not my strong point, is it? Don't touch me with numbers. I'm quite a DJ. Number go up, big number good. Little number bad. Green button's good, red button's bad. Right, okay, not financial advice, obviously. DJ financial advice. So, I think I said first prize gets $25. Second prize gets $15. Third prize gets $10. That's how the breakdown goes. So, if you're the last person, you will get the top prize. So long as when I do my chat, we see how many pieces, and we know the requirements for one of all the other pieces that have given us to jump through. So that's how it works. And if we discover you have pieces, then obviously we'll disqualify you and you go to go to that's pretty fucking clear, isn't it? So I'm just going to spin the wheel now. I don't know if you can even hear me over the music. Okay, no, I'm listening. I know what's going on. So it's the last three. I'm just going to spin the wheel until we get to the last three. Let's fucking go! Spin the wheel! And admiration, you're out. I feel like getting confused up, isn't it? Christian B23, sorry, you're dead. Crazy Jack, sorry, you're dead. Crypto Gabriel, you're dead. Stop your messing around. James Carey, sorry darling, you're dead tonight. AAC393 dead. Just take a minute. MK dead. Carpet dead, sorry. Locker 10 years dead.
It's time to straighten right out.
No case, sorry, you're dead.
Stop you running around. Making problems sound.
I know you're I'm sorry! I'm killing all my business and stuff. You're dead. It's kind of fun though. And it's fair. And then it's sorry darling, you're dead. Bad job, sorry you're dead. It's quite close. You never know, there might be a picture. Definitely you're dead. Randomly crazy, you're dead. But again, it's down to the last 5 now. You guys have a chance. You're doing 5 now. Oh, Bonnie boy, Sam's dead. So we have left 5 now. He's in the running. Kazakhstan. Hey, it's 6. I say find me out. You better not be fucking boosting. I think you done it. You're boosting. I'm doing this Jesse fucking death squad up for you. Just you know that. Highest G in the discount ship. You're 6. Find me out, darling, you're out. But, if we just got everybody in front of you, then they'll be up. Okay, well. So the last 3, Kazakhstan, ISG, Cisco Skip, and then the last 3, let's see. Cisco, give 1 hand up, as long as you're legit. When Kazakhstan and ISG now, let's see. Okay, Kazakhstan, so long as you're not cheating, you've just won, what I say, 15 bucks. And that means that the winner, 25 bucks, is ISG. So long as they're not boosting it, alright, that's the giveaway done. Guys, thank you all for coming along tonight. Thanks for sticking with us throughout these days. Because you all know we do smash on and you need different VC all the way through. If you haven't, then we want to know why. Maybe they'll do that. And you know, I'm quite soft. Alright then, we'll let you off this one. So there's that now. Right, let's take off that. I'm going to leave the voice chat open.